Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Crusader Kings 2. I almost said European Without 4 and then Crusader Kings 4. No, this is Crusader Kings 2 in preparation for 3 coming out sometime this year. We thought we'd play some more Crusader Kings, or the first time on this channel actually. I have a couple of hundred hours in it, but yeah. We're going for a bit of more tutorial-y sort of session. It's not a tutorial, but I'm trying to explain a lot of stuff as I understand it. And we're going to find some stuff that I don't understand, which is totally fine, at least by me. We just got, because I reloaded the game, first recording today, and I see that my brightness is a bit off. Well, I fixed that. So we're playing for this challenge, the Monarch's Journey. It's a set of challenges, day to day, not day to day, but there are more and more of those coming out until the actual release of CK3. And they give you cosmetic items for CK3, which I don't care too much about. I guess this is not great on the lighting either. Sorry for live fixing my lighting here, but that just wasn't tenable. Good enough. Now, challenge, Monarch's Journey. You can get those challenges in, I think, 3 levels. We can have a quick look at that in a second. But I think it's 3 levels: bronze, silver, and gold, depending on how much you do. We earned bronze because we... Oh, it's part of the challenge. So there are multiple challenges to the one Monarch's Journey. And one of these is God's Will Be Done, which is, I think, 6 temples in our country for the bronze medal. And since we just took Celia last episode, which has a temple in it, a mosque here, we're now at 6, and that should be fine. Yeah, God's Will Be Done. It does say 5 out of 8 for reasons, but maybe it was 5 for the. Oh yeah, it was 5 for the first step. Fine, we completed it, got 2 score. We need 8 for silver and 12 for gold. All right, the rest we still have to work on. Our army is coming back home. We've already dismissed most of the army. These guys have to go home on friendly territory first before dismissing them, so none of them get lost. Disband them, nobody will be lost. There we go. Now we have this issue of the domain being too big, because we took another piece of land, and I think that's a good time to give control of this mosque here to somebody else. It's just a sub-holding. We'd rather keep the main holdings, and I think it's fine to give this away. There are 2 ways to do this. We could just create new vassals, just a left click, we get a random person to take care of it, or we find somebody to take care of it for us. And I think it's a good time to open our character search for the first time, and apparently C is not the button for that. There is a character finder. Find characters. Doesn't even. Oh, it's dot. It's the shortcut. All right. So this is a search engine for characters all over the world, in your realm, your vassals, or your court. So what I want is somebody that's in my court that can be used as a ruler. Now, generally, high stewardship is good for ruling places. Although, since this is a temple, maybe high learning is also nice. I don't know if that actually matters too much. But if we can find something that has high stewardship and learning, then that would be a good choice. Like our court steward here, who is a drunkard, court physician. Yes, a drunkard, I don't like that much. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to keep him as a court steward if we give him a title. But I'm going to try this, and we'll learn. So I'm just gonna go grant land a title. I'm gonna say you can have the Mosque of Al-Najam. He'll like me a bit more. It lowers our threat, but we don't have any, so that is fine. Here you go. Seems to still be our steward. He is now controlling this mosque. That should be him. Yep, there he is. We still control the beat. We still get taxes from him. And the way taxes work for religious buildings, I believe, again, not sure if it's the same for the Sunni, and it doesn't seem to be the same in Christian lands. Taxes from temples go to either the ruler or the pope, depending on whether the bishop likes the ruler or the pope more. In our case, That does not seem to be the case. So I don't actually know. We can see what we get out of the temple anywhere. No idea. There's a ledger. We can see our domain. But you see, this is a game that's earlier than European Universalis 4. The ledger has no main page, no navigation. It's just straight up next and previous. So we can see in our realm who's paying us taxes. And these are the individual provinces. So we can see some of them are paying us more, some of them are paying us less of the total. And it should be that the ones that are in our domain pay more of the tax directly to us. But, well, I don't really feel like checking that right now. This is the maximum, I don't know what, something. This ledger is weird. All sorts of things, religions, characters, my dynasty, like vessels. Yeah, I don't know. I assume we're still getting some money out of this temple. You know, it says tax 19.6, but I'm not sure I'm getting all of that. I'm sure I'm not getting all of that. Here we can see it, right? This is the Mosque of Al-Majam, and here we see that we're getting 4.9 of the 19.6 ducats that it's producing. That's not a lot. Maybe our religious taxes are just really bad. Obligations, tax, the ICTA, tax levy, the burghers. The ICTA are our lords, right? I'm not sure. This is levies. I don't think we have tribes. The gentry, yeah, these are our lords. I don't know how temples work here. If you know how temples work in Sunni land, then do let me know. I'm pretty sure that in Catholic lands there's a list here of temples you control and the amount of tax they pay you. No idea how that works for the Shia. Maybe this is a little bit of time to talk about decadence. And I'm just because I'm confused by Shia already, this is a mechanic unique to the Sunni, not to the Sunni, to the Muslims, so Shia as well as Sunni. And if this goes very high, then it's very negative for the country. You can reduce it by giving land to dynasty members, convincing them to abandon their sinful ways, imprisoning, banishing, or killing decadent dynasty members. You get less taxes and do less damage, or you take more damage in battle. So you want to keep that low. And it can often be a way to break highly powered, big Muslim empires. If they have high decadence, you can sometimes just crush them. Right now, yeah, it doesn't seem to be much of a problem. We actually have higher decadence than most. Oh, these Egyptians here. There we can see it. They have 18% less income from their domain and 45% less morale of their own troops. So their troops are almost useless. So you don't want to let that happen if you can avoid it. Let's go back. So we did some warring here. We did some marrying. I'm going to unpause and play a little. But we should consider what to do next. Once again, somebody embracing a dangerous heresy, which is probably still Sunniism. Miss Air. I'm also going to engage this guy in theological debate. It works so far, and it worked this time as well. People just can't stand up to our theological force. Now, an interesting question would be, how do we get some Hindu into our country so we can convert them? These are pretty powerful empires. I don't know how they do technology-wise. I think there is a map mode for that, isn't there? Dynasties, opinions, trade zones, governments, defensive effects, epidemics. I don't see it. We can just check if procurements is here. 12, 18, 24. So 12 military, 18 stewardship, and culture is 24. And in our place, we're actually worse. We're slightly better at military, but worse at culture. We're not that much better at military, so there's no way we're beating these ginormous empires. Could attack somebody like these guys. I suppose you're Hindu, right? Yeah. You're Hindu. And don't seem to have friends. I don't think I can just declare war here. No, we do not have a valid casus belli. The question is, can I just send my Grand Vizier to fabricate overseas? I don't know that I can't, so I'm gonna try that. I usually don't do this giant A jump in expansion, but since we want Hindus converted, we're gonna need some Hindus. We also need temples, and I mean, one way to acquire temples was what we just did to Syria. We just conquer land with a temple in it. Another way to do it would be to build another temple. Building buildings is expensive, but we're making decent dough, so at some point that might be a thing. For now, I think we should use our dough to get just more money going. We're already building those castle walls. I think I'm just going to do more of those, so we can then run the upgrade to the castle towns, or Kasbah towns, as it's apparently known around here. Yeah, let's just have all of our domain land have nice walls, and then nice towns later on. And there's our daughter. Good, good, good. Oh no, it's not our daughter. It's the daughter of our kinswoman, the Princess of Yemen. We already had our daughter. Well, the Unfaithful, we saw that last episode, had a daughter that's now a bastard of my dynasty, because she had an illegitimate child. That's why that's a bastard. It doesn't really matter too much for us. Somebody has been spending a few days in Thais. It's been a very nice experience meeting her. Maybe we're not that different. So it's somebody from a foreign country. And we could either grab a non-aggression pact here with the Sindhi, which I guess is fine. I'm not planning to attack them anytime soon. Sure. See if they want to be friends. Fantastic, they do. The pact is signed. It doesn't seem likely that we're going to attack each other, but hey, why not grab a non-aggression pact while we're at it? Children lacking focus. My kinsman. So you are... what are you even? You're the son of my cousin. We do get, because we're the liege, we do get to make a lot of decisions about the education of people, even though we don't care much about these people. I'm just gonna go with my default educational setups, unless I'm looking at my actual heirs. Castle walls in Marib. Unfortunately, Marib is the name of the capital. There it is, not the province, so you can't just see it on the map. And I can't build a Kasbah town because I don't have the money. Alright. So let's accumulate some before we go deeper into that. Should have a quick look at decisions, whether there's anything nice we can do. None of these are particularly interesting. We could compose a book. It's very expensive. But we've already learned, so that could work. Could observe Ramadan, which gets rid of some decadence, gains me some piety, costs me a bunch of gold. Why is it so expensive to observe Ramadan? I thought you were like not eating, or at least not indulging as much. Shouldn't that be cheaper? Anyway. So we get piety, we get rid of decadence, and we increase the prosperity of our capital county, which is this place, right? Now prosperity is something that I thought was visible. No, we don't have a hospital. They were constructed great work. This was added in a patch since I last played. Not for the faint of heart. Costs a lot of money. What does it do? Testament to piety, prestige of its builder. I guess it gives me piety and prestige. Convert infidels. 2 ducats a month. Well, this is, yeah, we're not doing this just yet. But I'm a bit confused by the prosperity thing missing. Not looking to build this. I'm sure there was a prosperity icon in here, but maybe it moved when they did the creation of great works. But then how do I see your prosperity? Is there a map mode for it? I don't think so. I can look for epidemics, but that's not really what we're looking at. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to find out in between episodes how that works these days. But I mean, generally Seems to be good. To be higher on prosperity, right? That sounds proper. So why wouldn't I be doing that? Maybe we get a icon then. Let's just do it. Yeah, we could spend the money on something else, but getting rid of some decadence seems like a good thing anyway. I don't know if it's worth 100, but hey, I'm gonna observe Ramadan. Also, it might give us some events. Less time for charity and kindness. We can set all our prisoners free. Guess I'm quickly ransoming this guy away before... Can't take away your title anywhere, right? You're somebody else's. Yeah. Just gonna ransom him real quick. Oh, I can't do that while the event is up. Interesting. I think they changed this. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them free. Lose some decadence, gain some piety. It's fine. And no, I'm not gonna get any ransom, of course, because there's nobody to ransom. It's fine. It's fine. Ramadan. Oh, gain a decadence, lose 15 piety. Because people have been donating. And it says I took the money, but I'm not actually gaining the money. Which... Oh, is it because I'm greedy? Yeah, I'm greedy. Many poor, I can give away a bunch more money. That's not a lot, oof. Yeah, I'm gonna give them money for the decadence and the piety, but this is starting to become expensive. More money, okay. Next time I need way more money. Do we invite a bunch of people to our feast? Let's go with it. Eid Mubarak. It's not... Food was exceptional. You guys seem suitably impressed by your wealth of generosity. Everybody is impressed. 5 relations bonus, not worth the money. Okay. Good to know. So that was a very expensive Ramadan, and we didn't actually gain much out of that. So next time, maybe we're not doing it that way. Speaking of next time, what about our next war? I did want to eat you up, right? I mean, you're not very powerful. I'm just gonna have 100 piety. Could just go and eat you. No reason to use the prestige thing, right? 1,000 would be pretty bad. This just costs us 50 piety, which seems fine. Conquest. They have a friend. Allies joining the enemy's side. Atef, High Chiefdom, Emirate of Newfoot. Oh, these guys? How powerful are you? Not very. 1.8k troops. They're not very scary. Unfortunately, I can't then take their land. Because that's not how this works. Also... Is this Ismail II or is it Mubarak? I assume it's Ismail II who's coming to help, right? So maybe I looked at the wrong guys anyway. Holy War for not Holy War, Conquest. Atef High Chiefdom, Emirate of Newfoot. So yeah, it's this guy's gonna come to help. He has almost no troops. But he has a lot of vassals that could come in. 4,000 troops from the skies. So I'm not gonna go for that. That would be bad. This is... We don't have a truce to you. Did we just take your land? It's been a very short time. Oh no, we still have a truce. Just didn't see it. Thought it would be in here. Maybe we have a truce? Yeah. Okay, it's a one-sided truce. So they could attack us again, but we can't attack them. Okay, so we can't go there. Could go for these Berbers here, I suppose. Berbera. Just go conquest this place itself. I would like both, obviously. Oh, there's stuff going on there. But if I were to go Holy War, then the neighboring Sunni might jump in. And that's like everybody. Well, I think, right? Hard to distinguish here between Sunni and Shia, but yeah. Do I have a bunch of Sunni land? I do, don't I? What's my guy doing? I'm gonna try and make him convert people. He's very bad at it. We can't appoint a new one. And if he dies, he dies. That would be fine. This is Sunni, right? This is my capital and not my own religion. It's not. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. But eating into this land seems okay. It's not a lot. But I mean, not expanding? Who are we? I said this is not a map painting game, and it's not. But we're not expanding. We actually have a decent amount of troops available. Holy frick. Maybe you can attack somebody like you? That does not seem good. If you have multiple layers of lieges, yeah, the Seljuks, no. And I assume the Hashemites, well, you're just you. 4.41k troops. Yeah, we have more troops than they do. Could just punch the Hashemites and maybe use a real war goal here, like we can do evasion because they're not of the true faith. If success to everything he owns within the Kingdom of Arabia will be taken or vassalized. That's a lot. But we need 1,000 piety to do invasion. I see. So we can't do that. We don't even have remotely 1,000 piety. Also, nearby Sunnis might come in, which wouldn't be good. But we could go for... Oh, we can't? Where's the one where we go to war for a single duchy? So we can do that down here, right? Did we have that before? The 1,000 prestige one? I'm confused now. This is the episode of me being confused. I talked about this being sort of a tutorial-ish thing, but right now it's me who has to learn. Why do I not have that CB? Is this the one? No. These are just claims that people have. Okay. Apparently I cannot. Which means I can't do a proper war here. We could just do invasion, which we cannot because we don't have the stuff. We have two different conquest potentials here. Could go for tributary state, but I don't actually care about that. Right? If we win... Yeah, they just come out tributary state. I don't think I want that. And... This is so much text. Will only break free if the suzerain is negative prestige, is not independent, has less ram size than tributary state. Decline defensive call to arms. Cannot be called to war. So they're a bit like EU4 tributaries, I guess. But yeah, that doesn't seem very worthwhile. Alternatively, we could punch through these guys and then maybe get into... I mean, it's not Central Africa, but more Central Africa here. They don't have tons of troops. And... Once again, we're not going to do invasion. I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be something I can do later. Nearby Mia Physite. Oh, you're a Mia Physite. That is actually very helpful. Because I don't think there's many of those around. Oh, well, I say that. Actually, a lot of those around. So if we were to go holy war on these guys, then that would also be bad. And these Jewish people, though? What about you, Axum? If we were to go holy war for Axum, again, can't do invasion because of stuff. Holy war would at least give us 2 provinces. It's not a lot. It's more than 1, though. Would give us Axum, and it's not bad. So we need to take Assab or Abyssinia here to get a border, and then we can go in there. Why not? So we declare war on him. Just conquest of Abyssinia. You do not have too many troops. Okay, good. So declare war, conquest, send. You have standing troops. Or maybe you're fighting rebels. You're probably fighting rebels. That's what it looks like. Raise my vassals' levies. I'm gonna stand down these guys. Just because I don't want them to instantly get bopped by that 600 stack. I'm gonna arrange the rest of my troops and go punching. Mahmud has arrived at my court. Somehow a prisoner has just arrived at my court. Unrest growing large areas of my sultanate. Okay. OS. Unrest is growing as large areas of my sultanate are going drier each season. If it continues, no one will be safe from the harsh times ahead. We could spend a lot of gold that we don't actually have. And lose greedy, which would be great. And get nice bonuses. You could gain zealous, which is actually not bad. It's quite a decent trade. Against superstitious ruler, which our vassals won't like as much, but that's fine. Yeah. Let's put our faith in Allah. That's what we're here for anyway. Build a castle town, nice, so that's gonna be some more money. We're gonna want better punchy people on this army though. How do I? Oh, that button. Don't click the portrait, then you open the guy himself. We're gonna lead that flank. It's fine. Let's get in there. Cross the strait, and then into Abyssinia. Asayutia. Did I say Abyssinia? I meant to say Asayutia, of course. Everything else would have been dumb. Now we're beating the army of Habayir in Shevwa, which is actually... Oh, it's the revolt army. No, that's the revolt army. Oh, your country is called Sheva? Yes, Petty Kingdom of Sheva. Okay, so this guy actually has 2 provinces, one of which is currently controlled by rebels. And you are running where? To Lakomelsa. Sure. I'm going to chase them with part of my stack and have the rest of the guys start the siege of Asayutia. I mean, yeah, ping-ponging is going to be somewhat required, but we don't need to spend too much time on it. Protector General Gao Sunyu of the Western Protectorate has decreed that the fury of heaven shall rain down upon Ni Weiming Bing Chang of Xia. The Chinese armies have begun their march on the Ne, if not hiding out in Jinquang, can only hope to stand tall as his borders are attacked with the full wrath of the Song Empire. Here comes the Empire from the east. Attacking the Xia this time here, which is like Mongolian something. Taoist, feudal. They're essentially Chinese anyway. But yeah. The whole empire mechanics, they really only, I think they only matter when you're in that area of the world. Except for the Silk Road mechanic. We're currently, I don't think we're currently making a lot of money from the Silk Road. And we are. Because we're on the Silk Road, we gained a bunch of bonuses. If there's siege on the way here on the Silk Road, that can be bad. Can also be good because there can be some redirection. It's a bit of a weird mechanic. But in the end, it's gonna give us bonuses being on the Silk Road. It's never bad. You are a traitor. Are you leader of a plot? Yes. I'm totally gonna want to try and get you into prison. Because we want to revoke his ownership of that piece of land. I actually have good reason to do so as well. I mean, not just because he's the leader of a plot, which is reason enough, but mostly it's in a duchy I own, and I want it. I don't need direct control of like Celia here or Tajura. I'd rather have direct control of land that's in my duchy. A Jewish exile fleeing persecution elsewhere in Europe showed up in my court. Are you good at anything? A decent diplomat. Alright. Might have you be our revolt risk. My spy master has died. What happened to you, Kairadin? Slain by Ali Sulayhi. Oh, my former spy master slew my current spy master. Okay, that's mean. Still not gonna make you Spy Master, Ali. Can't even for some reason. Would I want Mahmoud here to be my Spy Master? He's a master schemer, he's cynical, greedy, erudite. Greedy is not great, but envious is worse, I think. He's a Sunni, which I don't like. But you're really bad at Spy Mastering. I guess I'm gonna run the Sunni for now. And hope he's not betraying me too much. And then I'm gonna try to imprison this boy. And if he rebels, which I'm kind of hoping, well, he didn't. Shame. Then we could have just dealt with his troops and taken his land. So this we can't. I think I'm gonna stand this army down. We've won this. Yeah, it takes a bit longer to siege if we have fewer troops there. But not paying our troops sounds like a good idea. If we don't have to. And then we can peace you out for peace. Enforce demands. We're gonna gain that thing. We're gonna gain some prestige. We're gonna have this land. And these guys, I think, immediately won the rebellion because their opponent was gone. So if we wanted to, we could actually go and straight attack them. Because these are different people, we won't have a truce to them. Which is funny. You can stay here and stand down. Again, domain too big. And by one province. Obviously, the new one. We unfortunately right now can't see how good this province is. Probably because we just took control of it. And we have recently conquered air, minus everything. I don't know that there's another way to see the actual base tax of the country without these modifiers. County. Clearly we don't want to give away Celia, that's a very powerful place. But we can see the amount of holdings. There are no holdings in here, so it's not going to be a lot of money. Let's give this to somebody. Let's grab our character search. Already have this set up. Search court for people who are not rulers and have high stewardship. I could give it to my steward, but that seems a bit excessive. Why would I need to do that? He likes me anyway. I could give it to this guy, Ubaid, who is nice and Shiite. He's a bit paranoid and lustful, but that's fine. 14 stewardship is kind of good. Let's grant you a landed title, and let's make that the Sheikhdom of Asaita. That place. Have at it. Now we're back on proper domain size, 8 out of 8. This guy's controlling this, and he's paying us some tax. So right now he's probably not paying us tax because he's not making any money, but he will. And troops, mostly troops. There might not be any extra taxes here. We'll see about that. If you're playing in Europe, the nobles don't pay you money, they just pay you in troops. And cities are where you make your money, and temples if they like you more than the Pope. Anyway, we're at the end of another episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, check out the rest of my channel, and see you guys next time.